Don't be deceived, I mostly bake beans, but sometimes I like to be a little bit fancy and grab and make a plate of vegan cheesy balls. But the vegan cheese isn't really the same as normal cheese, is it? So, I'll let you decide if you come for the ride. Maybe you can compromise, not trying to veganize you. Give you some tips and tricks, that's all. How to be cheap as chips and more. Hello, my name is Safia Kavaz, if you don't already know, but you probably do. It's me, the world-class famous chef. Thank you. What am I doing, humbling myself, creating a YouTube channel? I hear no one ask. Well, if you didn't already catch that from the intro theme song, I think I heard some people dabbling in the words music video, but I don't know if I personally label it that myself. Well, I'm going to be cooking up some plant-based food for you and more. So, what are we getting up to today? Well, it's Halloween tonight. Probably by the time I muster up the patience to edit this, it will no longer be. But it's 2020, the year's already flipped on his head. Do whatever the hell you want, okay? Cook this next week, cook this next year, if we make it that far. So, we are going to be the personalities, I'm going to be making a vegan Halloween feast with all the, essential restrictions. I thought, how can we still have a fulfilling life, fulfilling time on Halloween, okay? I like getting crafty in the kitchen, a little bit of DIY, you know the saying, everyone's a pile of crap, do yourself. Couple disclaimers before we crack on. I can't cut for shit, okay? All my knives are blunt. It was ever since I read the article about the two sisters that were running around the kitchen with knives playing, and then one of them viciously died. It is a true story. I read it in the Metro. I'm aware, okay, that as a Michelin star chef, I should be equipped with the chopping skills. But we've all got our faults, okay, and it's important that we accept them, acknowledge them, ignore them and move on. So, speaking of moving on, let's get on with the cooking. Sorry, I know I said I was going to stop talking, but it's my channel. I forgot about the other disclaimers. So, I'm aware that I'm not wearing a hairnet, okay? When I'm touring in restaurants all around the world, cooking all around the world, I'm wearing a hairnet. I'm following health and safety and sanitary guidelines. Don't worry. But I don't know who's watching. Okay. I'm on Hinge. I'm on Hinge. Yeah, it's been going well. I sent a few messages. I don't think it's working at the minute. Because I haven't got any responses as of late. It must be general bitch, yeah. So just that's why the hair's out. I don't know who's on the other side. Hello. Keeping my options open. Other things, sanitize your surfaces before we start, okay? Bleach that bitch up. And wash your hands for 30 seconds, not a second less, for every 2 minutes. Okay. First up, we've got spaghetti stuffed squash, which is not easy to say when you've got a lisp. For this recipe, you will need mini squash. I got mine from Morrison's for £1, but I think I saw some in M&S as well, actually. Oil, I'm using a spray to keep this low oil, but you can use a regular oil, you do you. Plum tomatoes,
4 cups of diced potatoes, literally who the hell knows amount of spaghetti, 1 cup of diced carrots, 1 cup of nutritional yeast, half a lemon, and for our seasonings, because I like to season my food, paprika, fresh garlic, salt and Italian herb, water about 300 millilitres, 1 cup of cashew nuts or cannellini beans depending on whether you are nuts free or not. Boil your carrots, potatoes, I was lazy so I didn't peel mine, but you can if you want, and cashew nuts or beans until they are soft. Chop the head, hat, neck, whatever you want to call it, off of your squashy and keep the head, hat, neck. Then you want to create a sort of circular shape, like so, and remove that. Then we're gonna take the guts out until it resembles somewhat of how we are all currently feeling. Pop it on a baking tray and give it a good old squirting of oil. Cheeky. Cook on 200 for 30 minutes. To your blender, you're going to add your drained potatoes, carrots and nuts, garlic, however much you like. I love garlic. Salt to taste, Italian herbs and paprika, 1 cup of nutritional yeast and about 300 millilitres-ish of water, but you might need a little bit more depending on how good your blender is. Mine is excellent, of course. And then whiz it up until smooth. Boil your pasta. I'm using a Tesco Freeform, not sponsored. Learn from my mistakes, people. Don't let your spaghetti dry out. And don't be a lazy little cut your tomatoes. It makes all the difference. Add your cheesy sauce, then give it a rough old stirring. You know the saying. If it's going to be good, then it's got to get messy. At about 2 AM I realised, I think a mac and cheese would probably work better, so I boiled up some Freeform fusilli and chopped my tomatoes, like an adult this time. Shit ton of sauce. Gave it a try to see if it needed any adjustments, but it was perfect. Top tip, this is the best hot pepper sauce in the world. If you can get your hands on it, then do, and thank me later. Take your squashies out of the oven and stuff them with your spaghetti or mac and cheese. I'll give you that creative freedom. Now, if you are doing the mac and cheese, you could pop a few panko crumbs on top and put it in the oven for another 10 minutes. Oh, lovely. And then put your little hat on. Voila. Next up, pissed off peppers. For this, you will need peppers, obviously, 1 tin of young jackfruit, liquid seasoning, kidney beans or black beans, sweet corn, your favourite sweet chilli sauce, paprika, cayenne pepper, which is optional, cumin, garlic powder and onion powder. First off, we're going to get our pepper and off with its head. Then we're going to remove the seeds, and if you're having a hard time doing that, smack the booty. Then we're going to make our pepper people. Pepper people. We're the pepper people. Help us, we're the pepper people. And then keep the eyes for later. Give them a spray of oil. Oi, what do you think you're doing? Sorry. And pop them in the oven, I'm so sorry, for about 15 minutes on 200. For the filling, we are making a sweet chili jackfruit. Add 1 tin of young jackfruit. You can get jackfruit from most supermarkets, and to make it look grossly fleshy, just shred it with a knife. I mean a fork, yep, that is the right utensil. Use a non-stick pan if possible on a low to medium heat. Add in your paprika, cumin, garlic and onion powder. Now, I don't really measure out my seasonings, okay? I just think, do I like garlic? I love garlic. Do I like paprika? Are the government liars? Obvious answers. And I know you don't all have a technical eye, like I, but trust your instincts. I believe in you. Add your favourite sweet chilli sauce. As you can see, I'm just going to town. One cup of kidney beans or black beans, that's your preference. Sweet corn, yep, straight from the tin, I just can be fucked. Liquid seasoning, just have fun with it. More paprika, yep. About 300 millilitres of water, give it a stir. Pop the lid on and let that simmer for at least half an hour. You know what they say, the longer the better. Now, if you listened carefully to my well thought through instructions, then it should be looking pretty juicy like this. I'll just let you enjoy that for a moment. Then take your peppers out of the oven and stuff them with your jackfruit mix and hope for the best that they don't fall over. Next up, a bit of a tongue twister, mini mummy Margherita puff pastry pizzas. And for the actors out there, a little vocal exercise. Mini mummy Margherita puff pastry pizzas, mini mummy Margherita puff pastry pizzas, mini mummy Margherita puff pastry pizzas. Okay, excellent. For this recipe, you will need vegan cheese. I'm using BioLife, a tube of tomato puree, puff pastry sheet. I'm using a gluten-free one, olive halves or olives cut in half, olive oil or balsamic vinegar. First off, you want to get your puff pastry sheet and cut it into 6 pieces. Then you want to make a little frame around each one. And then on each square/rectangle, I don't know, I wasn't very good at maths, you want to add 2 tablespoons of tomato puree and 1 tablespoon of either balsamic vinegar or olive oil, your choice. And you can add your favourite seasonings and spices and herbs and salt if you wish to do so. Then get your cheese slices and your olive halves and plaster up your pizzas. Read the package ingredients because I can't remember how long I put them in the oven for, but as you can see, I burnt them. Next, Guacamole Ghouls. For this recipe, you will need avocados, vegan cheese, your favourite crisps, sea salt, half a lime, coriander or cilantro for my 0 American viewers, chili, which is optional, and garlic. First off, you want to grab your mortar and pestle. Sorry, it's not inclusive. For the amateurs, you can just use a bowl. Add your garlic and grind. Cut your avocado. Warning, when doing this, try to avoid getting avocado hand. This is a household injury which commonly affects white people living in gentrified areas. Now, at this point, you really want to connect with the avocado, okay? So put all your might into this one. That's it. Right there, that's good. Okay, keep going. But you really want to get all of the chunks out, or keep them in. This is your time. And remember, you're not finished until you are satisfied. Okay, I pleased myself at this point, so I'll add the juices of half a lime, salt to taste, and the rest of the coriander. Sorry, I forgot to say, you want to keep the shells or flesh or whatever you want to call it of the avocados, because we now need to stuff them with our guacamole mixture. Now we want to make our Guacamole Ghouls. So we're going to get our vegan cheese and make little teeth. And we're going to get our pepper eyes from earlier and use them as noses. And then we're going to get more olive halves or half of olives and make eyes. Then you want to get your favourite crisps and pop them on a plate. I actually had another packet of crisps, sour cream, but I got very hungry at this point, so I ate it. Then you can add some of your cheesy sauce if you've got some left over. Ta-da! And finally, cinnamon chocolate baked donuts. For these, you will need oat flour, vanilla essence, peanut butter or almond butter, cinnamon, coconut sugar, cocoa powder, flaxseed, salt, your favourite unsweetened non-dairy milk, and apple cider vinegar. Oh, and baking powder and baking soda. So this recipe actually makes 12, but I only awkwardly measured out half of it, so just bear that in mind. First of all, you want to get your oat flour, or if you can't find oat flour, just buy a bag of oats and blend them up in a blender like I did. Then you want to make your flax eggs, which, yeah, I know they're not actually eggs, which is 2 tablespoons of flaxseed and 4 tablespoons of water. Then you want to give it a stir around and let that sit for about 5 to 10 minutes. Add your baking powder, baking soda, coconut sugar, and your cocoa powder. Give it a mix around and get all the clumps out. I forgot to sift the flour, so I attempted to do that with all the coarse ingredients. I thought I found a solution to just smash it against the plate. But that didn't work. So alternatively, you can just give up. Next, you want to make a little well in the middle of your bowl. Then you want to add your peanut butter or almond butter, your flax egg, your vanilla essence, milk of choice, apple cider vinegar, Now, I bought this donut tray off eBay, okay? I don't regret it. I'm trying to cut down on fast fashion spending, so, naturally I've swapped my clothing depression spends with unnecessary kitchen appliances. But I think you should do the same. So I'm going to link this down below. It was about $4.99. Scoop up your donut mixture into your silicone tray, put it on a baking tray underneath just to keep the shape. And you want to pop it in the oven for about 25 minutes on 175, but keep an eye on it. For the topping, I made an icing sugar, which I've never done before. It was meant to be really easy, but somehow it took me about half an hour. Anyway, just read the packet instructions. Then you want to give your donuts a little twist in there. Then I used an orange food colouring, just to give it that Halloween look, and mixed it around until I got my desired shade of orange. And then I saw this thing on Pinterest, which was a spiderweb decorated donut. So I thought that'd be easy, so I gave that a go. Yeah, but that didn't work out, did it? So, well, if I learned anything about myself that night was that I really do persevere, don't I? Then I just sprayed it with a bit of glitter because, when the shit hits the fan, just spray a bit of glitter, alright? And that is a transferable piece of advice, my friends.
Okay, so I think we're pretty much done here. So, I'm gonna go get ready for the guests. Okay, there's no guests. I have friends. It's just that they're not my bubble in my household. So I'm trying to follow the law. There would normally be lots of friends. Okay, I'm gonna go get ready. Well, hello. Sorry, I didn't mean to look this good. Took myself by surprise. Oh, what's that? Faux fur, vegan of course, looking like a fire hazard. Don't get near an open flame. Joking. We only use electrical appliances. All that we have for today, so thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, thank you. If you enjoyed, I hope you did. If you didn't, then that's your business really. I just want to say a massive shout out to my two friends Emily and Risha, who really helped me out with the theme song music video. In the beginning, Emily is a brilliant photographer and she does a bazillion other things, and she was my videographer for the day. Very patient videographer, I must say. Her work is incredible and please check it out. I will link her Instagram down below in the description box, and thank you so much to Risha who held my bags. General support. If you liked this video, then please like this video, comment if you want to go the extra mile, and subscribe if you don't want to be cut out of my life forever. Okay, thank you so much, bye.